pretty broad question. I apologize in advance. Similar to Professor Kennedy, what he said in the beginning. I mean, I've seen you in forums, and I've found you through your Dark Knight analysis quite a while back. Do you have any tips for us on maybe how to move forward? Because I know a lot of us struggle with things like internships and jobs and constantly moving forward. But being you're doing what? I mean,
I want to just mention a couple of things that James Newton Howard said, because I think, I still have a lot of things to learn. I've done a couple of things, but these guys are the greats, and guys like your guys as professors, those are the people that we should be listening to. James Newton Howard, I want to give you guys a couple of things that he said at one point that I think are really, really impactful. He said, of course, always accept self-doubt and fear. They're going to happen all of the time. There's going to be times where you're going to face a writer's block. There's going to be times where you're not going to get the cue delivered on time. There's going to be times where you're fired off a project after you've finished the whole score. There's going to be lots of points that are just telling you, why are you doing this? You should just stop right now. And accept that. Realize that that's just part of what you're doing, and it's not going to be an easy ride, but as long as you love what you're doing, as long as you love music and you continue to find inspiration in what you're doing, that's the most important part. And that leads to this idea of continuing to tell yourself you're going to get the job done no matter what hurdle. It's a psychology aspect. Just keep telling yourself and you're going to get there. And never lose inspiration. Never lose the spark that made you want to become a composer. Never lose that. So if you're ever feeling a point where you're feeling a little less inspired, you don't really know, why am I writing this piece of music? Because I faced that in the last year where I'm writing a piece and I'm like, why am I actually doing this? Go back to those movies that you watched when you were a kid that made you just like, wow, in terms of film music. Go back to E.T. and just experience that, because I think that continuing that inspiration, continuing to find that is going to keep your spark going. And that's what I'd say. And Dario Marianelli has a couple of tips that I think are really great too. Again, you have to be thick-skinned. Dario said that in an interview, and that really just means that no matter how many slaps are going to come at you, just be ready for them. Because when you're working in a film production, when you're looking at it from afar, it seems like all fun and daisies. Like you're on the film, you're writing the score, you go record it. You're going to the premiere, you're walking the red carpet. It is a war. I mean, when you're a composer, you are coming in at the ending of the film. The studios have spent hundreds of millions of dollars on the movie, and all of a sudden, you're the composer who's going to come in and either destroy the movie or help the movie or save the movie. So there's so much pressure on you, and when you drop in, it's like dropping in via a parachute into a war zone. And the producers are on one side, and the directors are on one side, and they're firing back at each other, and you're caught in the middle of it. That's just sort of how it is. And that's what Dario is saying when he says, just be thick-skinned. And yeah, that's what I'd say. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
no, it does very much. Thank you.